Next up at UFC 289, we have the featured fight of the evening. We have Mike Malott, 9-1, taking on Adam Fugitt, 9-3. Mike Malott, pretty aggressive guy. He's a pretty well-rounded guy. He has a very loose striking style that allows him to box and kickbox pretty comfortably. He is technically sound. He manages range really well. He doesn't have any sort of specific background. He's this new age, just straight up fighter, right? Like not a wrestler that's converted, not jiu-jitsu that's converted, not a kickboxer that's trying to learn. He knows it all. He's learned it all, and he's been doing it all since day one. He's taken on Adam Fugitt. He's a forward pressure wrestler. An aggressive wrestler, very loose boxing style. He bounces on his toes. He's got a high guard, and then he lunges in for takedowns. He's incredibly strong. And even when he doesn't have the best takedown entries, he's strong enough to pick you up or force you to the cage and make that happen. And this is an interesting matchup. A lot of people, this is another free money, Mike Malott, free money. This is actually an interesting matchup. It's a tricky matchup because while Mike Malott is 3-0 in the UFC, if you're including Contender Series, with 3 stoppages, and he's looked good in his feet, he's looked good grappling, he's looked good everywhere. We haven't seen him fight somebody that is just non-stop looking to take him down. We have not seen that yet. So we may see Mike Malott not like getting backed up. We may see him struggle with the pressure backwards, defending takedowns. Like we may see him have some of those issues because stylistically, we haven't seen this fight just yet. I still think Mike Malott's going to win. He's obviously very clearly a talented guy. I think he can do all the things, and I think he's better everywhere other than pure wrestling than Adam Fugitt. So Mike Malott's going to be the pick. But if Adam Fugitt's going to come forward, nonstop pressure, Mike Malott could have a tough time, a long night. And it hasn't dropped yet, but I think the solid bet here will be Adam Fugitt more takedowns. We'll see what happens when BetOnline drops that. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I do think Adam Fugitt's going to get a couple of takedowns here, but I think Mike Malott will get it done. What do you think, Jakey boy?
To me, these guys look like they could be brothers, but Adam Fugitt was kind of the older brother that's kind of like the degenerate, has some drug issues, kind of shows up to holidays once every couple years with like all his stuff in a trash bag. And Mike Malott was the guy that was like the star athlete that went to private school, is finishing up his doctorate. Don't you think that these guys could be brothers looking at him? Kind of got the same jawline.
No.
All right. Well, you know, I think that Mike Malott does win this fight because I think he does have the tools and intangibles to get this fight done. But like you said, I don't trust Mike Malott. I mean, the guy does get hit, and we don't know how he's going to react in a war yet. And this is one of those fights that could turn into a war. Look, if Mike Malott comes in and just smokes him, takes him down, submits him, or knocks him out, I wouldn't be like crazy surprised because that's what he has been doing in fights. He's got an unbelievable amount of first-round finishes. But if this turns into an absolute war, because Adam Fugitt is a durable guy, he is a tough dude, and he can wrestle. He's starting to turn up the wrestling a little bit more in his fights. And if he does come in, this is almost the same situation as the Nate Landwehr Ige fight. I think that Adam Fugitt needs to come in and
Stop
really
saying Fugitt.
What am I supposed to say?
Fugitt.
I think that Adam Fugitt should come in and really try to push the pressure and the wrestling and try to put this guy on his back and extend the fight, because if you extend this fight, we really don't know yet how Mike Malott is going to react in an all-out war type situation against a guy as tough as Adam Fugitt. So, you know, I am picking Mike Malott, but I'm going to wait and see. I'm not going to, you know, if you want to put him in parlays, if you trust him that much, I guess I get it. But there's nothing wrong with these guys that have so many first-round finishes. Just kind of wait and see. Wait till they go through the fire. Wait till they become a nail in a fight and see how they react. And then we can start putting money on him. And then we can start putting him in parlays. So, yes, he can come in. He can get that first-round finish. He has the talent level over a guy like Adam. But you don't need to force money. Even on a card with only 11 fights, and this is the hometown guy, whatever it is, I don't think you need to force money on Mike Malott just yet. Let's wait and see. Let's see if he can get through the fire. Adam could be the guy that brings the fire to him, but, you know, Mike Malott is going to be the pick, but I do worry a little bit because Adam does have some wrestling. He is a tough dude. He does seem a little bit stiff. I mean, he's got that weird little stance. He does things like this, you know. But, you know, I think Mike Malott's going to get it done.
Yeah, we're on the same side there. I agree. I think minus 205 is actually okay to bet if you want to bet that, but not parlay. I would not parlay that. Too many questions. Like I said, that forward pressure from Fugitt could be a real issue. We don't know, but he is a talented guy. He's proven he can win fights multiple ways. And, you know, they have very similar. It's not even like, oh, Mike Malott, this
like
young,
their brothers.
untested. This young, untested, 9-1 versus 9-3. So they both have similar levels of experience here, and the UFC knows what they're doing. I mean, they put Mike Malott in the feature fight on a Canadian pay-per-view to try to build themselves a Canadian superstar. That's what they're doing here. They're trying to make that happen. So it probably does happen, but we'll see. $8,800 in DraftKings. It's a little expensive, but I do think this is one of the few fights I can confidently say probably does not go to a decision. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think it goes to a decision. Honestly, with the guy with so many first-round finishes, that $8,800 might be one of the better values on the card, honestly.
Sure. Well, when Amanda Nunes fights, they got to give her a giant price point. So
what a joke, too, huh?
Okay.
Viva
we'll talk
Mexico.
about that in a minute. We have a $2 super chat from Degenerate UFC fan. He says, I think Fugitt will win. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Degenerate. If you want to unlock the bet that I do have on this fight, as well as my safety parlay, which, if you didn't know, my safety parlay hits at over, I think it's 73 point something percent. We are on a 8.
I got a little tingle in my penis there.
I think we're on an 8 streak right now. And it's up almost 9.8 units. It is 9.8 units on the year. So the safety parlay absolutely crushing it for premium members only. Unlock that and everything else. $10 a month at WeWantPicks.com.